Fatigue isn't about how much you sleep. It's about your blood. Millions of people wake up drained every day, even after a full night's rest. The reason is your cells need oxygen to create energy, but something's blocking that process. So in this video, I'll show you what's really going on inside your body, the proven, undeniable research that backs it up, and the advanced solution that could completely change how you feel. When someone tells you they're constantly tired, the first thing they say is you need more sleep. And this makes perfect sense because we've all experienced how terrible we feel after a bad night's sleep. This connection seems obvious. Less sleep equals more fatigue. More sleep should equal more energy. This is why so many people experiencing fatigue spend thousands of dollars trying to optimize their sleep. They do everything they can to create the perfect sleep environment. They eliminate screens an hour before bed, avoid caffeine after noon, establish constant sleep and wake patterns. But after all this effort, they still wake up exhausted. Their sleep tracker confirms they got 8 hours of sleep with good deep sleep percentages, but they feel just as tired as they did before they start optimizing everything. This is because sleep absolutely matters for recovery and brain function, and poor sleep quality makes fatigue worse. But sleep quality isn't the root cause of chronic fatigue for most people. The real problem is happening at the cellular level, specifically inside tiny structures in your cells called mitochondria. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of your cells. They generate energy in the form of ATP, and if your cells can't produce energy efficiently, no amount of sleep will make you feel energized because you're trying to fix the wrong problem. Mitochondria need oxygen to produce ATP. The process is called oxidative phosphorylation, and it happens in the mitochondria's inner membrane, where specialized protein complexes use oxygen to extract energy from the food you eat. When oxygen reaches your mitochondria, they use it to run this incredibly efficient energy production system called aerobic metabolism. One molecule of glucose can produce up to 36 to 38 molecules of ATP when oxygen is available. That's a massive amount of energy from a single glucose molecule. When your cells don't get enough oxygen, your mitochondria can't run oxidative phosphorylation efficiently. They're forced to switch to a backup system called anaerobic metabolism, which doesn't require oxygen, produces only 2 molecules of ATP per glucose. When this happens, you're getting less than 6% of the energy you should be getting from the same amount of food. This is why you feel exhausted even though you're eating normally and sleeping 8 hours every night. Your cells are literally starving for energy because they can't produce it efficiently without adequate oxygen. Why aren't your cells getting enough oxygen? To find out the answer, you need to understand how this whole oxygenation process works. When you breathe in, oxygen enters your lungs and passes into tiny air sacs called alveoli, where it crosses into your blood. Once in your blood, oxygen binds to hemoglobin, which is a protein inside your red blood cells that act like a delivery truck carrying oxygen throughout your body. Your heart pumps this oxygen-rich blood throughout your arteries to every tissue and organ. When the blood reaches your cells, oxygen is released from hemoglobin, crosses through the cell membrane, and finally reaches your mitochondria, where they use it to make ATP. If any step in this chain is broken or inefficient, your cells don't get enough oxygen and you feel fatigued no matter how much you sleep. The reason you feel tired comes from the following reasons. First, if you don't have enough hemoglobin, your blood can't carry enough oxygen to your tissues, even if you're breathing perfectly fine. This happens when you're deficient in iron or when you have chronic disease or inflammation that interferes with hemoglobin production. Second, even if you have completely normal hemoglobin levels, oxygen-rich blood doesn't actually reach your tissues where it's needed. Poor cardiovascular fitness means your heart can't deliver adequate blood flow to tissues during daily activities. Third, chronic inflammation throughout your body creates a massive oxygen drain because inflamed tissue consumes more oxygen just to deal with the inflammation itself, which leaves less oxygen available for normal energy production in your mitochondria. Instead of trying to fix your sleep, you should fix your oxygen problem. How do you do that? Is there something you can do so your cells actually get the oxygen they need to produce energy? There are some proven ways that can fix this oxygen delivery problem. These are simpler than you think and work for everyone. The first step is addressing the most common issue, which are nutrient deficiencies that directly impact oxygen delivery. Start by getting your iron levels checked, because iron is absolutely essential for building hemoglobin. Without adequate iron, your body literally cannot produce enough hemoglobin to carry oxygen to your cells, no matter how well you breathe. You also need to check your B12 and folate, because these vitamins are required for your body to produce healthy red blood cells. Even if you have enough iron, your red blood cells don't form properly and can't carry oxygen efficiently. Next, you want to improve your circulation naturally, because even if you have perfect hemoglobin levels, oxygen can't reach your cells. Resistance training is one of the most powerful interventions for improving circulation, because you challenge your muscles with weight-bearing exercise. Your body responds by building new capillaries, which are the tiny blood vessels that deliver oxygen into your tissues. capillaries. More capillaries mean better oxygen delivery to your cells. You don't need to spend hours in the gym. Even 20 to 30 minutes of resistance training 3 times per week can produce significant improvements in circulation and mitochondrial function. Beyond fixing circulation and nutrient deficiencies, you can directly support your mitochondria with specific supplements that have strong evidence behind them. For example, L-carnitine helps transport fatty acids into your mitochondria where they can be burned for energy. Alpha-lipoic acid is a powerful antioxidant that protects your mitochondria from oxidative damage and improves their ability to produce ATP efficiently. These aren't expensive exotic supplements. They're well-researched compounds that target mitochondrial function specifically. Always try natural and accessible solutions before jumping to advanced treatments that might be riskier or more expensive. Many people suffering from chronic fatigue have foundational issues that improve significantly by correcting basic deficiencies like iron, B12, folate, magnesium. I've seen patients regain energy within 6 to 8 weeks simply by addressing their iron deficiency and starting resistance training without needing any advanced interventions at all. If you're someone suffering from severe fatigue and want quick relief, you need something that actually works at an advanced level. This is because all these natural methods take time and your body is screaming for quick fix. Nutrient deficiencies like iron or B12 typically take 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 4 to 6 months of consistent supplementation before you notice meaningful improvements in your energy. This is exactly why advanced medical interventions like hyperbaric oxygen therapy can be so valuable. HBOT addresses the oxygen delivery problem through a completely different mechanism that produces results much more quickly than natural approaches alone. During an HBOT session, you breathe 100% pure oxygen while sitting or lying comfortably inside a pressurized chamber. The pressure in the chamber is increased to 1.5 to 3 times normal atmospheric pressure, which is the pressure you experience at sea level every day. This combination of pure oxygen and increased pressure creates a physiological effect that's impossible to achieve in any other way. Under normal conditions, oxygen travels through your body almost exclusively attached to hemoglobin and your red blood cells, which means you can have poor circulation or damaged blood vessels or low hemoglobin. Oxygen can't reach certain tissues effectively. Under the pressure conditions inside a hyperbaric chamber, oxygen behaves completely different. Increased pressure forces oxygen to dissolve directly into your blood plasma and tissues throughout your whole body. This means oxygen can now reach areas with poor circulation. When your mitochondria finally get oxygen they've been starving for, they start producing ATP efficiently again. This dramatically increases in energy production, is why people often notice improvements in mental clarity, physical energy, and overall function within just a few HBOT sessions. Plus, the benefits of HBOT often continue after you complete your treatment sessions because you've rebuilt the infrastructure your body needs for sustained oxygen delivery. HBOT has been used in mainstream medicine for decades to treat serious medical conditions where oxygen delivery is critical. It's FDA approved and it's clinically proven for wound healing. It's not like your everyday therapy that you can do at home. Complete procedure requires specialized medical assistance and a certified physician to prevent any risk of damage. This is where Vive Wellness comes in. Every HBOT treatment at Vive is personalized to your specific medical conditions and health goals. Our team monitors your comfort and safety throughout the entire session, and we use a slow, continuous depressurization process at the end to transition you back to normal atmospheric pressure. We integrate HBOT into our comprehensive wellness protocol, which means we're also addressing those foundational issues that we talked about earlier, like nutrient deficiencies, circulation problems, and mitochondrial support. We understand that your body wants to produce energy efficiently, your mitochondria are designed to function optimally, and your cells are capable of feeling energized again. Sometimes they just need the right support, and that's what we provide at Vive. If you're wondering whether hyperbaric oxygen therapy might be right for you, we've created a quick assessment to help you identify your unique cellular aging blind spot. Answer 7 quick questions, and you'll receive a free personalized report with video insights explaining what's holding you back and what interventions might be most likely to help based upon your specific situation. You can find this assessment at Vive Wellness, and it takes less than 3 minutes to complete, but could give you clarity you've been searching for.